Yeah, for me, sustainability is about the capacity to use or to utilize knowledge, acquired knowledge and skill for both individual and societal progress or development. In other words, sustainability is sustainability where knowledge, capacity derived from knowledge and skills are able to be transformed into development or progress, a change, a positive change for the individual and for the community. For us in Nigeria, climate change goes beyond the theoretical definition of climate change. It goes beyond the technicalities of the concept of climate change. It is about reality on the ground as it affects livelihood, as it affects well-being of individuals, of communities, of the society at large. For instance, most of Nigerians, about 80% of Nigerians, are employed within the agricultural sector. At the same time, over 75% of Nigerians live within the rural areas. And the implication of this is that for them, the changes, the vagaries of the weather, affects their livelihood, which is based on agriculture, because they see that there is a reduction in the amount of rainfall, in the timing of rainfall. Seasons have become highly unpredictable, and therefore it affects planting and harvesting season. It affects output from agriculture, which is their main source of livelihood. Therefore, it affects income. And therefore, it has a ripple effect, in fact, in their lives generally. If it affects income, it also affects ability to have resources that you can use to take care of your health, to take care of basic needs of life, like health, accommodation, education, transport, and so on and so forth. So climate change, the reality of climate change in Nigeria is that it basically affects livelihood. It's about, first of all, questioning the gender differentiation, the women's roles are, first of all, questioning the gender differentiation within the society in terms of social and political rules, in terms of economic differentials. Then it is also therefore about calling for equity in the distribution of resources, in access to resources. Resources are not just material resources, even resources in terms of physical resources, access to facilities, both physical and infrastructural facilities. So the women's role, therefore, is also about, questioning, this inequality, engaging the issues, in terms of seeking for equality or equity. I think for us, that experience of taking part in that protest sort of is like a morale booster. A morale booster in the sense that before then, one saw the advanced, the developed countries as the perpetrators, or in terms of worsening the situation of climate change. When you say that the man's action in facilitating the processes of climate change, one saw that that man's action or the human being's action was largely, maybe 90% or 95%, the blame from the West. if we have a big country, a politically and economically strong country like Germany and Europe, at least appreciating that it is a culprit and allowing for protest, and then also giving room for it to do some changes. I think for us, it's a welcome thing. It's an idea that it's something that tells us that, look, our effort, you know, the little efforts, the building up efforts of civil society and governments in Africa towards ensuring that we have a pollution-free society or a pollution-free world is not quite in vain. So that is where I see that the campaign was also an eye-opener to say that, look, if we could do this much, it also should send a message back home to our governments to say that allow the civil society to express themselves freely. Also learn to appreciate that you are not the master of all the knowledge and all the strategies. You may be doing something that is not quite in the interest of the people, you know, allow the people to express themselves and appreciate it, and also listen to them. And I think for me, the act of listening, the art of appreciating the rights of people to make protest, to also say something, to make their voices heard, it's something that is in the right direction.